Right, emo wi akwa ba de aba sports arena so brasso say ye trase na fe ye de agudie mu nsem etumi e de bro de bia ye catch you say agudie mu nsem na ye de eba no dan da nyina de make sure say ye kwan obefa so a ubenya sika edi ubenya sika edi eno enti na ye den ye ba ha sei enti ya ba ha sei no ka hu say kwan bia so no bibia be koye obe diska na bibia so no ye den awie pay e wo honom chanu sese ye international week ye international week international week in the chance matches na e ba so no countries no na e ba bebo nti omo na eni omo ba be ye den e ba be si so in the next 2 weeks and sana league no e be return no ye ho na o say ye de ye ni kire na make sure say expert ebetumi atrance na afi ye de nchechemu na tumi de aba na bibia so no atumi ayden akoyi e wo honom yes de tie eno no nti no ene ye behwe na ya pe us kakra e de amount to say matches ne be start from ochina ekono na ya na games no omo eta start ne ade anti ye behwe na afi ya sort out kama na osuwe hu de ekone de eba. Yes, we share international World Cup qualifiers at SCAF there no. Central African Republic and Madagascar. Omo Ghana group mu. Nti omo no mebo eye ochina 4. Central African Republic be hosti eye Madagascar. Ene Swatini so ne Cameroon bebo. Kwan bia so Cameroon be kwa ko share Swatini. Swatini for muntu me nya foko. Liberia ni Tunisia ene be den e be reda so e ho nti ye be make sure say sa matches na be ba 4 o'clock so enti I was say to me deal with these matches because time I be pon no also e won be ye video na adwuma no na atwam na matches no omo ya bo awia na omo start kra so what I say enti 4 p.m. Central African Republic, Madagascar, Eswatini, Cameroon, and Liberia. Timumi enhwe yenhwe omo head to head ne ade na afei yemfa mu nchiremu anya den embra yetifo enhwem amenhwem se yebe na afei UEFA Champions League ma no omo de ye international break no afei no omo munya time ebo omo de no nti yes ti de ewo ho no nti on Thursday Thursday na UEFA Nations League ne so be den ebe koso World Cup AFC for no Asia for no so be bo mo de na Comebol Paraguay enso ni Chile enso ebe bo na AFCON no so no de no so be to aso Africa for no enso Champions League no Mozambique and Uganda be bo so na Cape Verde and Mauritius, Malawi ne Namibia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Zimbabwe, Benin, Gabon, Seychelles, Gambia, Kenya, Libya, Angola, Comoros ne Mali. Sa game we you be interest pa Comoros ne Mali. No 9 p.m. na sa game no be dey koso. Oba Asia Honmus World Cup na. Australia and Indonesia be bebo. Japan, Bahrain, Republic of Korea, Oman, Iran, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Iraq, Kuwait, Jordan, Palestine, Qatar, Korea, DPR, and Saudi Arabia, and China. These are games. You better not fee. Nations League, no. Armenia, Georgia, Turkey, Hungary, Austria, Serbia, Bulgaria, Ireland, Croatia, France, Denmark, Portugal, Greece, Scotland, Italy, Germany, Kosovo, Iceland, Netherlands, Spain, Slovakia, Slovenia, Ukraine, and Belgium. These are games on the Thursday. Nti ebekoso e honum yes na ene yejuma dia yedi no opese ote yenka odimi say yes DJ Kwaku Slim na sama ba ho enti say yes streaming at their fast street is watching and ABN Radio 1 street is watching ABN Radio 1 and hit Mr Records or Facebook udu honoma bomodin a na like page no na share ma wonu aso nya dem enhu de ekone de eba YouTube so no MYBET.AFRICA TV and MYBET online radio and so Blasters players no amalande and sports minister Andra ko grant interview kekan sem bi wo ho ane ade a ti ye beba sansensem no so na afi yakọ the new signings Chelsea aye new signings at Chelsea aye how does our new signings see Esongu ene Quinda omo inclusion no. Then there's a clear report say Chelsea will need a striker. Now the report is say Chelsea eja 7 to 8 players. 7 to 8 players and Chelsea beja omo kwan. That is omo clear omo na afi omo atumi ayi omo free omo pay wage bill no. Eso na afi moving forward any idea. So Chelsea rebuilding it is still in process near that. Before I ever remuno money man or I was say option na fe my bet education and they international games. Then my bet my
okay, let's do Year international games the only say ana matches no in your few china kwade matches bebe oba obi o house you seni anka de bia metimi fiska MYBET no games in ho imeden enu ntina MYBET for casino any virtual games on mode ma into we MYBET.AFRICA wa register now we run platform no so a obehu casino ni virtuals top ana lower bar ni mu o click virtuals ana casino abetimi home games ni bebe aviator bank run other nice casino games wo ni winning rate in there sunye pa 90 bi wo 95 e bi wo 98% winning rate likely say will be winning very high into utie ya uhwe show you we are MYBET platform no so na hwe casino ni virtual games ni mu ede misa no pa bia me ba metika mu be na me bossa nti me ba be du no metimenya ska kakra den atomi hu nti utie mi wonso register MYBET.AFRICA na wonso bomb virtuals ne casino games ni bi na wonso betimi afiska time games anyway
right say games anywho no say aviator still
yes aviator MYBET omo similar game to aviator and so omo friend bank run and also I know what aviator but different display I think enu podi easy.
Okay.
Pressure ni wo firm sin aviator ni nti na bi obi pe game be relating to aviator and aviator style ni bi dia me 24/7 bank run on MYBET.AFRICA ho omo enu kra ni winning rate ni 98%. Nti winning rate ni wo show likely so betimi afiska ho pa.
Right, nti no yes. Eno na yedi ichemu etumi ede abana registration we person be a first time person or register na ade the process no
yes obi o tie na first time person register on MYBET.AFRICA registration there simple send your time be edi hu nkomo no 3 steps pe person register on MYBET anu nya den 3 steps enya afi no mo se fa Ghana card bi na fa den debi the first thing na TME ko www.MYBET.AFRICA now run website wa the next number be our phone number ubo phone number ni shemu phone number ni use mobile money number out your transactions BBA send your discount how betimi yi into the mobile money number ni shema the next thing your username unique name would ya person the two but mostly no say person different from obi bia wa ebi wa nickname bi wo ha ebi na obi use deda ebi ati say asakasi na ebi obi wa MYBET wa fadeda into betimi ya na asaka 10 now also I different from nipa wa fadeda. The next thing your password time ya mitufu say enye 8 letters or more into 8 letters or more no my first one enye at least capital na afide de ebe kanu de aso so we are betim the number ba ku mienu bi nso etwa to say ne be ma na strong ye so be enti ba my bet impo de me hu so be a complain impo so be it me obi account muda inti na mo so no we secure password now password na we run platform ne so a navigation is very easy. Top right corner umia ho a be hu deposit withdrawal ni bibia on to deposit scanner we twa bet no na uyi nso a ukọ the same process no umia withdrawal se nso de o withdraw na scar withdraw na be do ho nti no simple kra no withdraw other matches a person hwe no be hu soccer ni nyama umia so a matches na be preview country bia ho ube say bia international games nso na pa umia international club and international neswa bit me international games here ba because so Africa for qualifies, Europe for qualifies, Asia for qualifies. Ube kani na album na wait my selection for bet builder no e won so bet builder nso ye adwuma ho na fa fiscal uwia aka bonus nso bo ama sika no mu ye dududu ma senia den a ubitima fiscal we 10% be any baby at wo baby a into fiscal MYBET.AFRICA.
Yes, it's in my bet who the ro any airborne street is watching Facebook so and what you say yes ABN Radio 1 yes inti eno the no inti yenko the story before I ever ba Ghana in sense ni mu no players are reporting what do we expect from the team from now till say Ebebono. We will look at our group, the opponent, what they are doing. You be analyzing afi yehu de ko ene de eba. Now with the new signings, obviously, Enzo Maresca is saying that yes, there should be that's the new way. Now as we be sad about senior as we share big teams now, the approach near they know. Yeah, I say share matches na you cannot see difference. Who difference, but one or two things being our Chelsea fix it. Send will do the next step. Saying it is very important. So we push enya Champions League sports. Omunya Champions League sporter. The UEFA Champions League, the maturity you gain playing the UEFA Champions League, will also contribute to the growth of this team. Emma Yatia says now the Chelsea team we see now different from the previous ones. So this is the kind of learning curve Abema team na dey aye. Inti Yansha Sansem then the current United they are saying say Andre Santos will come in. Abrante Ayefreno Esungu will come in. These are players are mobile joining a team permanently Medford. So it will obviously go to demystify the notion that Rich James will be part of a Medford. Because if Esongu is coming, Andre Santos is coming,
Okechukwu crowd.
Oh yeah, Okechukwu so yeah then around. Then Lavia and
Caicedo
Enzo honum about 6 central midfielders.
Yes, I think so. Chelsea story now. One thing about Chelsea team is say you say nkofo be breeding komo on Chelsea, especially on signings. So signings be or I'd say every summer be na every transfer window be a Chelsea pursue real markets nkoto young players. Inti who say Chelsea fan base ni mo achemienu. E be interested in these young players at Chelsea to. E be nso enye interested because omo feel at the moment in Chelsea here experience. Indra edi hun komo wa every team say opese ultimate do the highest level at least we are see mampo no opese obo abrabo do baby a unhia obi too like an experienced type of way I bet me abo eno na I think Chelsea team na messe Indra Sky Sports for posti start be concerning where a friend is saying Mikel Arteta comment or pass is Chelsea ne kuta one of the best attack in the league na nko focus enye no kre me de minim sa saka de beto so amamia o hwe EPL ye start here expected goals any goals are teams na share Chelsea expected goals de back a obi hwe ranking so obi hu say Chelsea da se kra uyi Southampton na Chelsea na next out that last obi beka say in the Chelsea performance in Sweeney but de back we say hwe free start we mu ne say share expected XG side no who say team bia ni goals na ye hwe say with the style of play any BB or mobile no the amount of goals and case omo team share up to now into so big teams ni say Manchester City ball by this time case Man City team at least 32 goals but me team share 39 meaning so omo overachieve the expected goals and here share Man City beat match at this time even though with Erling Haaland but her performance any chances of creating during this period
so
this
they make half chance
a goal Ocean Liverpool near the highest ever Liverpool 53.56 near expected goals and guess Liverpool share Liverpool team match 59. It means so much more than what they were expecting. Now, the next team or ha okuta the highest Chelsea. Expected goals, any chances at Chelsea are creating with Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke, Enzo Fernandez, Sancho Muna chances of creating. Guess Chelsea team share up to 50. That is 45 goals up to now. But Chelsea actually 39. So meaning say expected goals of 45 no. Out of 6 I say intimi anye den intimi ambe man o me intimi ndu sa level no eno na Chelsea ball na Chelsea for ball no nyame anim no krani those say experience in team but they are creating enough chances being the second on the list of expected goals no meaning say they are creating enough chances so Chelsea timinya a clinical finishes in Chelsea expected goals of 45 ebi anko betimi achieve e de kakra ka hontese na Liverpool aye no intinke nei inke bi a league table no we goals here Chelsea ahye no nko betimi awo ahead of teams ni bebre we share Arsenal expected goals omoda second Arsenal dey 28 meaning so mun creating enough chances tese na Chelsea here den e create intini now fall down to experience e was set no eno ye 1 2 players need take your chances and I say omun take into yembra players need chances omun take ye share Chelsea setup no man expected goals per player ye go into details expected goals per player o share Nicholas Jackson ni goals ni chances wonya nke so team share goals this season at least 11 but what team share mu 9 Christopher Nkunku in the Premier League chances wonka wonya so team share 4 and wa share mu 3 Cole Palmer 15 and wa share mu 14 omo makeni na no uhwe omo ometimi overachieve Pedro Neto and Sancho. These are people and any said they are no more of goal scoring players but at least ometimi the 2 and 3 goals respectively akomo omwe omo makeni na Chelsea so uyi Nicholas Jackson Cole Palmer maybe Noni Madueke out of that players ni be they are not adding anything to attack meaning they are being more wasteful up front. And when the question is basis signings at Chelsea here because me feel say so Chelsea team now send our bought midfield so Chelsea were enough midfielders to at least play any going on season next season even not to add players or to add players. I think Chelsea were enough. So if Enzo Maresca style of play or they call into the game more here just 2 center mates that is no more bomb send it 2 pivots not Cole Palmer you now mean so near the third midfielder bebo as a number 10 so it's a 2 center mates near Chelsea were Caicedo Chelsea were Enzo Fernandez Chelsea were Lavia Chelsea were Okechukwu Chelsea were I think Dyer Chelsea were Amugu Chelsea were I think the new signing here Ababe Kanwi Eko Kanwa 7 Chelsea were Andre Santos Eko Kanwa 8 so these are 8 midfielders that will be sharing a position of 2 and unti na du be money sporting directors ne ebia owners nitiminya kasa because Chelsea are spending almost 1.5 billion doing third ball in time but Chelsea are missing some 2 crucial positions that would help you win trophies that would help you win leagues and a goalkeeper and also a striker Ebabe and Sembi because spending 1.5 billion obi enim say at least senke bi so ebia wo bo ebia me man say career mode impo wo gaming console so with this amount of money you would buy at least 1 experienced center back 1 experienced goalkeeper and maybe 1 experienced forward but the Baby said Chelsea intimi yes additions no additions at Chelsea are their prospects their talent but the back wa misuro ni say can these boys come in next season and be as good as they were in their previous clubs and a big question
okay yen hwe ni say it is clear say getting Lavia fit is crucial to a midfield the way I play a ball. Now they've gotten somebody in the shape of Romeo Lavia, which is Andre Santos. He can also do that job. Now Caicedo at a point maybe on we share teams will lead 1, 2. Oslo game you need legs to run there. It's on Guaba. It appears a midfield in there. You see that okay, or you still think that they will need some level of experience at the midfield?
No, with Chelsea midfield, I think is okay. It's one of the best we ever say assembled young talent right now. I didn't make us and say Ushe Caicedo, Ushe Enzo Fernandez, Ushe Lavia, Ushe Insongo. Insongo is more of Caicedo Lavia type of player. Ushe the profile now. Utimi receive ball, a break is our press no. Attack ewa hoden bibia. Ushe ne body structure ni the way about the ball. I say Caicedo, but he's adding more. I say at a younger age, you know, or more room to improve because of starting a professional career at the age of 16 years. Intino, Sisi, we did I think 18 or 19 into about almost 3 solid seasons or experience kakra. With Chelsea midfield no, I think time and season in Bible start. You know, be a Chelsea beat me a partner a team midfield of Caicedo, Enzo, Lavia, and I think say say you the way Enrique team back with 3 solid midfielders Juma. But say Chelsea here we are meaning say now Chelsea investing more into goal scoring wingers. That is the problem. Sisiano with Andre Santos, perfect talent. Next season, or Chelsea team way, or be adding more to the Chelsea setup. I think next season, Lavia and Zubeshe, when who's a new addition, say, but on Zubeshe the injury record.
So a Songo is 20 years.
20 years. Okay, so meaning that we now at least 4 seasons under his belt.
Yeah, and the seasons. Let me get you the seasons. I want to get in the season. Okay, in the career. So Sporting 2021 2020-2021 about 1 match only 30 minutes. 2021-2022 about 2 matches only 54 minutes. So it means that no winning normal the number Africa. So baby about matches as I do kakra 2022-2023 which is 8 matches, 288 minutes, and 2023-2024, 19 matches. And Obama Sporting about 19 matches, and 2024-2025, and I think Waji loan 2024-2025 okay 19 and so about 19 matches
okay
and we La Liga no yes about a lot of matches at the younger age and players about Portuguese league you know muni be as oba floppy.
No, with the Portuguese league, one league I think is the Liga is a bit similar to the Premier League, of physicality, especially in the Premier League, and space. No, yes.
Up and down.
I think is one thing as a top player. If we the Portuguese league, I am mostly clubs near Munshishon because Omunim say they are a bit similar to the game plan or the game structure of the Premier League. But his addition is one thing I'm really interested in because I think Obetimi more pressure if we Caicedo so their games are as a Chelsea call. In those games but Senian I think Kubo be so on some of the players leaving. Chelsea are looking at least 7 players leaving. So we share a midfield partnership me ball players I think 8. So me say the Juice Brew can 1 I 9. And I think out of this 9 Emube 4 Emube 5 will leave. And if you're asking me those who will leave I think Juice Brew will be called at the end of the summer. Maybe we friends say okay Chuku I'm seeing he not staying.
But if you look at his experience when you're Southampton,
yes,
in his stature, any the kind of as a strength are you here or made food
now.
Don't you think that it might come down to ABA or no and a songu, right? Do Omaka say Oba join anyway. Oba club work up no. So if it appears okay or near ready with Okuchuku na on Premier League na.
but I think their profiles are different. Okay, Chuku profile no. Though do maybe I make meaning I just explains it. Okay, the style of playing, yes, or legs, but I'd say he's more slower compared to the way EP on the corner. In Southampton, there've been times I think against United, coach ne pair or ne Aribo, just to see how they could Aribo bear more of the running where he would sit. So mostly, say Odine back into games against maybe a low block side, you get the best out of him. But so Odine back against games the team is pressuring you through the middle. He's bound to make mistakes. But Uche Insongo now, he's more of the presser, the ball resistor. But me, Caicedo. So I think a player like that with Lavia, they give more room for Caicedo to also explore. Into maybe a baby Caicedo in the form of the Mauricio Sarri and N'Golo Kante, explore him going forward. On trying boy with press up front, sending a Juman be lesser defense so. But I think some of them may leave. Ye name him say even Okechukwu loan or Dortmund, he would return. Surely he would leave. They are Chukwuemeka, Chukwuemeka, he would leave. Jules Briho would leave. I think Andre Santos, it's me standing the ground on Strasbourg. And yes, maybe in Kaibi he would continue his loan, but now Chelsea, if you say they would add him to the squad. So I think Chelsea are so blessed with depth to the extent say they can have replacement for every player there. But the problem has been the striking force and also maybe the wingers and also the defensive side. I think Amugu Beko loan or maybe Obako replace with Andre Santos or Strasbourg. I think the rest Dyer, I think he wouldn't be maybe on Beko loan. So we would have at least 6 or 5 players left. I think in every team with the number of competitions Albebono, at least having 6 or 5 type of center mates you need only 2 to play in a game is good for every coach. Some of them are also young. They would like to understudy Enzo Fernandez, Nick Caicedo, Mune Lavia, so they wouldn't be putting in more pressure. Some person here then almost 30 in games. But I think Chelsea this summer, one thing as a sporting directors the fans will now rout against them is getting a good goalkeeper, and now say getting a good striker and one center back who has experience. Any other back at Chelsea, I mean, so experience at Chelsea, they are team no, they are more of average players. Roberto Sanchez with the age, but average. Tosin, he's not on that level. Only the oldest player in the Chelsea setup as of now, 27. He's not adding much experience to the team. Jules Briho, he's not adding much experience to the team. So I think in the summer, team need their setting with a good coach handling the team. Eso munya a bit of experience, a clinical striker. Me pesa sama ni bedu ne bia obeti se Chelsea di Sesko di Lap mo anyway. There are good strikers out there. Goycrest, they should spend all. They went to sports night business twice. So that means you've been able to build a good relationship. In Songo Deon, I was even surprised about Chelsea were able to negotiate to the extent said there was no buyback clause. There was no maybe Memphis say be are selling on clause be a they just paid the fixed 20 million. Meaning ultimately you have this amount of money. Meaning you've built a good relationship with their sporting directors or their owners. So Goycrest is something I think it should be the next discussion. As a Chelsea, okay.
So watch Medford now. Medford we are done with the Medford. Now share any more. Share any more. Now Sancho. What is your opinion on Sancho? Do you think there was a Chelsea man come back?
Okay, with Sancho, we share the style of player about. We see now, a time and a team no full force. We're seeing the best out of him. Sancho a player, you wouldn't see the best out of him unless maybe when you're clinical players to set them up, to create chances for them. He's more of a chance creator than scoring goals. Now, saying maybe he has added 1 or 2 goals, but that is not his game. He tries to draw players and take advantage of maybe full backs and center backs or munya that quick. But going back, Chelsea sending him back would depend on. So Chelsea already said now they are adding in a player who would come in and bring in that Sancho profile and also add goal scoring. Any other back so Chelsea winger signings ni be bra goal scoring more of I say iswa Madueke add more goals, but and yet on to that level at Chelsea expecting. Mudryk and you name him say no add goals was with Shakhtar Donetsk, but not to that level we are paying the Premier League. Share even Kwenda Omakwakotonaba. He's more of a provider, but not a goal scorer. So I think the Chelsea person parodied this good midfielder, meaning they need goal scoring wingers, which means sometimes I presume to think say it will be an Enzo Maresca style and so limitium, because he's allowing them to touch on the wings and until them getting into those spaces ababe a bit difficult because you
okay, so if would they no count a year old stars now they buy just say the wingers it's two things, either you get goals from them or you get assist. Now it is clear say providing a much easier for all of them. That is why Oshe top scorers are more Chelsea team loses here now. They are not almost touch line.
Yes.
Even Oshe Joao Felix no one who more conference league no on board as no board central.
Yes.
Nkuku ebo more central.
Palmer, Jackson.
And
so even Magui Kran
Benyasa. So it appears that the wingers create the chances for the central players to score. That is why one who say Enzo so add few goals.
Yes.
Any other. So now the chances they are creating, the problem in say created here, but they all share
conversion
and never be a problem. So now it appears as a striker.
Yes. So that is and one thing I want to say with start wise, we say Chelsea chance for created, they should have at least scored 45 goals, but Thomas 39. So meaning say they are creating the chances. By the conversion and into them sometimes maybe because Chelsea have goal scoring wingers, but Oshe senior starts now HSA
wingers
is
they are doing
is the
job.
style of the coach. Wingers improvising converting. But sometimes you name said there have been conversations. I think this conversation will be beneficent Minya. Like if you see Chelsea issue number are they going to bring in somebody who would now limit the chances of Nicolas Jackson? Or they are bringing in somebody who would now pair with Nicolas Jackson and relieve some duties of Nicolas Jackson. He said, "Now, big problem. Who say, unti players be say Isak Dimpo or Chelsea transfers mo."
Yeah, I know that it is impossible.
Yes, and yes, even about impossible that, but Chelsea look at Nicolas Jackson as, let's say, a juvenile level of Isak. Remember, say Nicolas Jackson beat me do Isak. Level and the style of play and until who those conversations but Osha, I think Chelsea needs somebody to relieve the pressure of Nicolas Jackson and until I say our conversation mostly I'm about Goycrest, even though say he has played in the Premier League, we about Brighton, we about some of the teams in the Premier League are Coventry, Monis, Anamani, Anfa, but I think now he has gained experience on no baby shaky and no baby fumble and yama he knows say he's coming into a team the team need a striker. I said time Lukaku buy into the Chelsea setup he believed in himself so much, so him say Makwako build me profile these people don't have someone like me, so I can do the impossible and until Lukaku get chances not converting without not even thinking. I think that is what Chelsea need. That would take a lot of pressure off Nicolas Jackson. I think a better time, he can even be paired. Yes, with that striker, he can get the best out of it.
What Nkuku is not
doing now, yes, Nicolas Jackson will do
it. Even with the striker.
Okay. Yeah, so I think with the striking side, Chelsea need an experience. It will be a problem if they go into this summer again and not buy an experienced striker, because Ebabe say now the pressure would be on the coaches to now find players on bit to help Nicolas Jackson Ebabe problem. I think the Chelsea Timinya as at now, so Bibi Sam say additions being at Chelsea nya. I think they need a centre back, an experienced centre back. May I say, I think as a Matt Hummels, Dortmund, the contract ended. He was looking for a club. Chelsea didn't even push for. It was a free agent, but Chelsea in Timania. I was thinking said that would have been a transfer Chelsea made to me, because looking at the Thiago Silva way thing, they were looking at we so bad bit me about but they didn't even push for it. So an experienced centre back and a striker. I think we goalkeeping issue. Chelsea were Petrovic, who I think about into this Chelsea setup, he can be really good and help the team.
All right, so then they will not spend on goalkeeper just they will give Petrovic opportunity. And the most interesting of all this conversation is that Chelsea will club World Cup. It will give the team a fair idea what they want to do.
Yes.
Jama share issues in nothing.
Yeah. I think that let's start my conversation with the two new players at Chelsea for Asan Omono. And you see, Listo, since Todd Boyle Mobile, you say a motor team free, Roman Abramovich name, I mean the UK government name, whatever people involved. You say it is being said, say it's going to be very difficult, say in the next 10 years. No, Kasebia, oh, you better team, this is the kind of profiter, Yenya, Intini, Babe first Canada, Aquaco, say, and there's a lot of things at least to going to Sanya Manina. But you see, a mobile, what they did was to say the Chelsea, a friend saying, hierarchy, and I said the Chelsea Football Club. How Chelsea used to run the club, that Chelsea right now, if they are going to buy a player, they're going for the high profile players. Even if when you're high profile, they believe that, oh, because when Didier Drogba was coming, Drogba wasn't like an upcoming player. In fact, who read Didier Drogba story now? In the days from Oyin, and he had the chance to play for PSG those days in Crabrim, and not injuries. So he didn't have that. I mean, the courage to play. So when you have that chance, because at that age, those days are not Drogba winning. No need Thierry Henry, but Henry Mo, those days are not Drogba. A chance to play for Guingamp in the AS Syria, almost the second division side. Then Henry was playing the World Cup. Henry was winning trophies of France under 20. So, check it. Abranta and the Didier Drogba and the story. There's a lot of things used to going to. So when he was coming to Chelsea, he had become a player from the days from Guingamp, Eba Marcel. Listen, Eba Beye, one of the first season, Beye a household name in Marcel. And that year, Marcel only put to football the Champions League. And when Marcel only put to boy, that was the year put to for Kokoji Champions League. Then in fact, that 2 legs now, Marcel only put to boy, put to for you, Marcel friend Listo. Or she goes in all that legs, and that was when Didier Drogba, Asia, an opinion did Jose Mourinho, and who Didier Drogba. And already Drogba book and the story now. He said after that Porto Marcel game, Mourinho catch and say, I will meet you again, and the next time I will meet you, you'll be playing for me. In Tizobekaya, Roman Abramovich may take you over Chelsea. Okofa Jose Mourinho, and then buy. And Mourinho buying one of his main signings, one of the signings Okaso signing man was Abranta and the Eddie Didier Drogba. And see, listen, this was a boy was struggled from all the ranks from Guingamp, from Division 2 or boy ultimately no contract, both were pra. And it got to a time Didier Drogba wanted to stop playing football. And then they listen, from all these struggles, no bit to Real Marseille, one of the biggest teams in France. No move, I mean, who struggle here. But yes, still, Uba be a player. They believe to be a player. No more to young for then. But one season at least to Uba be free Marcel. It was going to be very hard. It was a hard decision that they took by a year. And yes, still, this is a player who struggle right now. Finally, we are in your home. Our baby stay. We are born in Miami. It's a big club. Then right now, you see the or some sort of a movie about England. So those days, Chelsea were buying household and player. Charlie Trinity, Maluda. Mike, listen, that time over 30 million euros and I'm the Kofani free Lyon. Quatrinity, Nyakofanaba, and Ney Crespo, Nyakofanaba, Aneka, near the Naba, Frank Lampard, one of the most promising England players from West Ham, or Trinity, Papa, Chelsea Kofanaba. And see, these owners buying, they wanted to change the narrative. Almost someone go a different way. Right now, in recent times, Chelsea transferred in as much as Roman Abramovich used to no winning trophies in some way, not team in the Boca, because you who several players are no more trendy or more boboa Chelsea cover on board floppy. In fact, that is the reason why a man focus saying that Chelsea they be a more cover players one floppy. A lot of players about Chelsea are floppy. Sounds at Chelsea are making a lot of players great. In the most of times, players now list to umba Chelsea umba hiti you know. You check it the players or more Chelsea legends. Peter Cech. He wasn't a household name. In fact, the reason why people regard Peter Cech as one of the best goalkeepers in real football in the history of Alabama Chelsea. When Didier Drogba was coming to Chelsea, no, she didn't any track record that people because he's one of the best strikers. In fact, in the first season with Marcel, people believe that this is a striker. Obetimi Ababe a household name, and yet Osanso Eba Chelsea. We talk of Michael Essien with Leon or showcases that he has the talent, but in the records and then the trophies. Then the silver was near Chelsea. You talk of John Terrier, or no true and true Chelsea boy, on being the captain, Lampard from West Ham, on the records BOBR in now Chelsea. To talk of all these players on my Chelsea, be Chelsea, and they are also legends of the club. List to, in as much as Chelsea got tolls formed by none of the players are Shevko, Fernando Torres, Crespo, Higuain, Ibetima Bodina, but none of these players. I would drew the rank of these players, no. It is Kakese Kotoman Mama Medu saying. In fact, ubet me the Gary Cahill, be a conference free bottom wonders about. Ubet me the Aspilicueta, conference free France Edinburgh. All these players, list to Excel or Chelsea, they were signings. Chelsea believed that they were going to be backup. And I said signings are no more than any household name. But when Chelsea break it bank, Echo form buy their transfer records. Apart from Eden Hazard at that time, no a hot cake. Not Man United and a lot of teams penal or bar Chelsea. And in fact, that Chelsea Hazard they can say if Chelsea had not win the Champions League, because there's no way he was going to end up playing for Chelsea. In the list with a new transfer strategy now, right now, young compare Kucheska for the big players. You better sign more players from young players, then you don't have a Chelsea team. And right now they have to do multi-club system. That is why I'm going to Strasbourg. And he said they will buy a club in Portugal. The plan was to buy a club in France and also buy a club in Portugal. They are still negotiating some club. Reported by some money Braga and now Victorio Guimaraes for anything to get a club, a sister club to Chelsea. That the talents require you before be a friend. Watch out. This transfer model now Chelsea for a list this season. Manchester City first started some years ago. And then you who they Brighton for them so use purely data. The most of the teams are they are data driven statistics. They classify the performance of players. Most of them are going for players. It's watch out. Petima list Omaji Screffy Chelsea for Brighton. How many far? Moises Caicedo free independent buy. But Caicedo Chelsea ton Chelsea ma, ton Caicedo ma Chelsea na. And kofa Carlos Baleba.
Yeah.
If free France buy. And Baleba buy list to. In 2 years time, the top clubs in Europe are chasing Carlos Baleba because the data. And you see, Dario Isugu list to. I've been reading and watching some of the pandita or more pandita or more Portugal talking about Dario Isugu. He is a player or a very identical to Abranta and Eddie Moises Caicedo. In fact, we're making 20 appearance, senior appearance for a sporting team. Before something called loan, Las Palmas. And it's a list. I know that you've seen videos of Dario Isugu Obo game, Ama Las Palmas or the clips from how about the ball. In fact, how are winning balls, the sliding tackle, everything identical to Moises Caicedo. So listen, Dario Isugu Orban, if he's coming to Chelsea, he's coming to be the backup for Moises Caicedo. And in fact, in previous years, Chelsea have been struggling with injuries. And right now, listen, you won't say the footballers, the agents, any players, they've been speaking a lot about the number of games on board. And then the clubs don't want to protect their players. And then if Moises Caicedo, out of the 38 games, they are advising say at least he should play 30 out of the 38 games of the ball. And in fact, any possible so ball all the 90 minutes in now. But if you have a player like Dario Isugu or Moises Caicedo competition, in fact, in some games, we bet about these two players that is the reason why Dario Isugu didn't say he will join Chelsea this year. enkonko other players at Chelsea as some Besomo next summer. And who name a lot of players at least they are coming to the setup. When our buy or finding loopholes in Zene, oh signing player for 100 million. Man player in long term years. Man 8 years. Man in 9 years. In Zene, Enzo Fernandez didn't say Chelsea are paying 13 million every year. And that's a 25 million every year to a Benfica. And they players on my now, 8 years. And say if a 50 million Queen Daya or free sporting amortization. Yeah. Chelsea are signing almost bare 40 million. But the money I almost signed player for almost 7 plus another 12 years. 8 years deal no. They were on amortizing a year transfer no. Then this is the money I But you see, aside from that, list to BBA will pros and cons. What the advantages? And here Chelsea player free Ukraine. Mudryk. You are suspended him. Sekoba said the final verdict, but now suspended Brandon for 4 years. How many years Mudryk? Mudryk on 8 years left on his Chelsea contract. It means that Chelsea would be paying salaries and wages for the next 8 years. And then some more player 3 years, no about 2 to 3 years. Now player no on your papa player no. But right now, if you don't need the player, then the player is not getting anything. You have to be paying this player for the next 8 to 9 years and at 10 years, player now extending the contract. And that is one advantage about this Chelsea team. But at least you know Chelsea assign Ugochukwu. This friends management and a koto Ugochukwu by because of the starter or the Premier League. Because this is a player list. He is the player who replaced Eduardo Camavinga at Rennes. And in fact, before Pochettino and as a Thomas Tuchel Chelsea crown, or money PSG for boy who have or handle Messi or handle the PSG midfield. And this is a player the France Football Federation believes that he's a player who can perfectly replace Paul Pogba and Blaise Matuidi. And that kind of players on breaking lines, and so they are moment Chelsea Kokoton or by no when team run the Chelsea system because in fact this is a new league. He will need to adapt.
I think that they rate him.
Yes, and they rate him very well.
They allow him to stay and quickly let Andre Santos to leave. I think that I feel quite anymore now. I'm realizing no, obey him more playing time. I think at the time Romeo Lavia no I fit. I'm sure say if Romeo Lavia now on your fit at the start of the season and come or Ugochukwu at that chance. And I think that the experience of Wakunya or Southampton will help him. He hasn't been bad. What I say, he hasn't been bad. It was Southampton. Obviously, Southampton is a Uka team. The rate at which they are, where they are, you also look bad. Yeah, but I think to me, again, I had the right experience. So we will see it will be between or no. It's song Andre Santos because possible Andre Santos, Baba, Abe join the team no, Club World Cup no, on pulling weight man also no, work of fat. You na Chelsea,
yes, so Listo, you look at Isugo Nobana, and he starts with Las Palmas this season. He's a defensive midfielder. Otimibo as a number 6, Etimbo as a number 8, that double pivot role. And you see, Listo, in as much as Abraham this season, we about 17 games. I'm a Las Palmas, now starting averagely, we checking in minutes per game, 78. Just one goal and a washer. So he's not that kind of defensive midfielder now. A lot of goals like that. But Listo, you're checking the passes. That which is going to be very crucial in how if he wants to be part of this Chelsea setup. Listo, the touches per game. In the last 17 games of Obama Las Palmas, 54 and that's 55. Key passes per game, accurate passes. Listo. About 33 accurate passes. Every game about 34 accurate passes, which is 88%, 86% of the number of passes about. And you see, Obachake the long balls. Every game about more than 2 long balls. That is 2 to 3 long balls in a game. And Listo, a bad defensive side, which is one of the main things and the best attributes as a defensive midfielder. Listo, every game intercepting 2 balls, average. Per game. Another one so in the tackles per game. Averagely every game you so go ama okano or 3 tackles per game. That is the average tackles rate of Modiamano. And aside from that, Listo, check 17 games at least aba per game ubetwe na entire si nti ne si ne dribbled past per game 0.8 nti in a game no they say so the ball ben fan finfia na say diarrhea they so the ball be fan no entire si wo game which means Andrew 1 crampo another one so in the clearance in the game at least to obo no otimi clearance over almost averagely 2 clearance per game and then the ball recoveries per game 4.6 which is very good at people have been saying so listo Dario also go no over. I think that the Portuguese believe that he is the next no more this black player be those years not Chelsea penal obe ball Betis some Portugal Carvalho William Carvalho they believe that since William Carvalho free system man and they player ya or PSG Sakura man Danilo by omunya that profile no right now check your profile Vitinha João Neves João Moutinho you see the kind of players or more they don't need and they believe that this is a player to go and the player the Portuguese for no rating it very highly so Usoko come in listo they believe that even God say Caicedo crack a crack ni mini cannon in 9 the way omode Caicedo to ngolo kante they believe that Chelsea heritage that in terms of DM no Chelsea sometime you benya Makelele you ba benya ngolo kante you ba benya player bit say Moises Caicedo and you ba benya Dario Wayaba in fact Leslie Ogochukwumo there no they are not that standing 6 now but they own they were so have to call the more any sanko for no board they are blessed by the board obetime about as a defensive midfielder obetime about asabo as number 8 but sanko for now omo quick feet obetime the ball running because of the height you leverage on the height and so and then if Abranta and then Andre Santos bar he also come to play as a number 8 and I number 6 they can also play together as a one player and as one team so that will bet me about Chelsea will assess him in the FIFA Club World Cup when Andre Santos Chelsea fan on the Santos alone to Vasco da Gama they believe that Oba he's coming straight into the team until Andre Santos buying or stay with team in the preseason for a lot of games and they believe that with Caicedo and Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez coming he might not get the playing time until Bekaya omote neko not time for it so people are am for year free say a day Andre Santos echo Nottingham Forest but echo Nottingham Forest feels the kind of energy more this is not a team I best start they will need somebody obey to bubu so Andre Santos able just 4 games for that window no and Sana Chelsea for Edinburgh because Strasbourg and they almost Vieira and Sana Rossini there the Rossini our new coach and just this is a player project man start the player and then you who why he's one of the best midfielders in the French league list to Omobono and they player bit is Giovanni Quinda Chelsea akwakoto no medi Abrante when Ruben Amorim ebe join United me come by one story about how he's integrated one of the Sporting for Academy best wingers to be a left right wing backer Oba and Ruben Amorim by maybe explaining the style of playing everything Oba who say in that same position list to or started some Anthony Woho as the right wing back and fa and no started Amad Diallo and said Amad Diallo ever pick your share goals he answer Oba Pra Ababeko joining the injury list of Manchester United. Listo. The reason why Chelsea were able to get the signature of Giovanni Quinda was that he believes that he's a good winger. In fact, he's one of the wingers. They like to cross more, create chances. And see, Listo. But he come here a lot of analysis about the type of wingers they were. You were the creator wingers. In fact, the creator wingers, I say, the complete wingers, they do everything. A ban 1v1 situation, they are good. A ban say yen taking on players, they are good. And a ban say yen creating chances and yet let's also score, they are good. And to back the last time remember Abranta and Eddie Estavio William. Remember one analysis no. Me chair say he's the player with the type of wingers they want football being the 1v1 winger, being the creator, being the taker. The take on wingers, he possesses all these attributes. A ban 1v1, Estavio William Betchon. A ban saying creative chances the creator winger. He's part of those players. They can score, they can assist, they can determine whatever the game should be. he's part of that ringers. And the band say you take players on our hall. In the time, remember, say player like Eden Hazard, players like Neymar, players like Mohamed Salah, players like Messi. Whenever they are playing on the wings, they can decide the pace of the game. They can do whatever they want to do. Unlike player bit say Ebia, Doku, player bit say Keslu Komama, or pure 1v1 specialist, or pure taking up players. No. And Giovanni Quenda now, but listen, he's not going to be that critical winger here Chelsea expected. But Chelsea believe that they have a Noni Madueke. The start no Noni Madueke was one of that 1v1 specialists. No. So in a game, Chelsea feels, oh Charlie, you have a low block. We will need somebody to take on the players into the box now. That is the reason why I'm Kofa Noni Madueke by. You look at Cabranta and Pedro Neto. You say Pedro Neto take ons. He is very good. And will take you on across the ball. And right now, Chelsea are probably having another creator winger. So, Giovanni Quenda, he won't join Chelsea. He'll be joining Chelsea in 2026 summer. That is, about next season, here we are. Chelsea will be prepared for 2027 season. That is when the boy will join Chelsea. Okay. And then Chelsea have a lot of wingers, left wingers. Let's not forget, say, Kendrick Payas now, Chelsea control Vidal Colombia. This is a player, Messi, Colombia. Is it? Maybe I say the physical Colombia, Ecuador. Sorry, yeah. Colombia and Ecuador. Tie confused. Ecuador, Argentina for Ecuador football board. This is a player wearing the number 10 shirt jersey for Ecuador, and he's regarded as one of the best players. And so now, Estavio Crab opportunity. This is a player. No believe he said Charlie, a young player over by the Chelsea. Ecuador signing na. Only Messi changing shirt. They believe that number 10 role. Obetimini Kopama Abechabo. And Estavio's option in interviews Waka say he likes to play as a number 10 and or in a Palmer, someone has said left winger. So whatever Chelsea is doing, they have to get players with different attributes in any given day. Last season, he found another Kopama played more as a left wing. Latter part of the season, and I think that Madueke be pick a form Kakansa Nomade Kopama say number 10. And they believe that they Monima Bekan say Kendrick Payas, Chelsea for the report about say he's understanding Enzo Fernandez.
Understanding
Enzo Fernandez. Yes. That number 8, double number 10 role, they believe that Kendrick Payas will. So the kind of players Chelsea are buying list to. We may not see the benefit. Yeah, but yesterday season, you have glimpses of what they want to do. Yeah. And then the oldest player for Chelsea, uncle. Oh. Tosin Adarabioyo. He's the oldest player. 27. Now no near 27. Yeah. 27. Yeah. And Chelsea team the youngest, averagely the youngest. Squad. What Chelsea? How is Chelsea starting season? If Kopama is not playing, they have Joao Felix, who is equally good, a world class player. If Noni Madueke is not playing, they have Pedro Neto. If Mudryk is not playing, they have Jadon Sancho. If Caicedo is not playing as the loans number 6, they have Abraham and Daddy Romeo Lavia. If Enzo Fernandez is not playing, they have Kenyon Dewsbury Hall. So what they want to do is say the main transfer target for Chelsea. I'm betting right to the setup. List to an attacker and then a left winger. In Russia, a left winger. If Estavio Bar, how many players never have wings? They have 3 left wingers. Right winger. Right now. Ukraine Mudryk. Yeah. Now you need to and shut clear. And they believe that in Nkuku players are likely that he will leave.
Yeah, Nkuku will leave.
And they believe that Sancho, Mate said they want to trigger the clause, and they believe that Sancho
will come good.
Let's believe that maybe or a striker now sometimes in 1v1 situations, might take you over accurate chances. Until they want to get different types of wingers at the same time. And it will depend on how the coach ever bought a year. Into what stage you started season, you shut him to low block. Your coach started low blocker. Then so better happen to started Noni Madueke. But situation whereby you shut him, you be having more boys who are bought Pedro Neto, bit my ball crossing. It got to a time, and they money Madueke say anyone who say Madueke at the crossing. I can't come Madueke when he came to Chelsea last season, not time crossing game. But no, or not doing no cross because he has to add that attribute to his game. Answer or ball in position. So whatever the Chelsea hierarchy is doing, our man is clear.
Okay.
They will buy defenders to the setup.
Okay.
They will buy midfielders. Nobody can to be a Biumbeko loan, Biumbeko ha. But Oba now be provision. Yes, you are able to compete. You will stay in the goalkeeping role o match say Mike Pende say wo ho o ma kokofa o mo ane kofa goalkeeper your Strasbourg Petrovic and then he was one of the young goalkeepers in America. That was when US and kofa ne buy. Right now Mike Pendes, Petrovic and goalkeeper kofa ne Villarreal Jorgensen, they believe that they are young goalkeepers, and whoever will compete for the top spot will win. So they want to have a competitive team. Obana enyaria, you do be Strasbourg. Obana enyaria, you do be London. You're going to work on developing our just to have that competition. So they want to have young players. Or make them dominate here for the next 10 years. Then the next 10 years, no, the next players on performance will also enter into the scene. So Listo, to me, I think that Dario Usogo, he might not be a starter, but with recognition, I was checking, very clear.
I was checking on it, Leslie Okuchukwu. In terms of more defensive, I think on bar anywhere close. So me person me share on it.
On anywhere close, Okuchukwu and I say Okuchukwu
bar anywhere close. In terms of defensive attribute, ball recoveries, interceptions.
Okuchukwu Dario.
Baby, okay. On Ben baby.
Because I was Dario no moment Ben.
Debbie. Okuchukwu Ben baby. Inti yeah, so yenhwena yende na yemma eye Ghana yembra Ghana eye game so I want to me person me sure with eye one we na me shade because this season one Las Palmas maybe or one me person me share omo on this Caicedo had to wear the Namishade. I said Caicedo
because Uchaki Ugochukwu on about 18 games for a year Southampton this season. We started 10. That is in the record in the Premier League. Namidi can start here, but Onyanshi go, but why 1 assist? Uchaki Ugochukwu at least to accurate passes per game 22.5. It means that the number of passes are Dario Ebo in the game, and you know Ugochukwu ball. And no check a defending attribute now. Interception per game is 0.3. Listo, make us say Dario in a game averagely or 1.8, which means 2 interceptions per game. Ugochukwu tackles per game 2.2. Dario 3.
Charlie, Aquano Obu is how
dribble passed per game. Clearance in podium, clearance no. We nam 2 to 3 clearance per game. Ugochukwu was 0.7. So, by no, list to many can say what the Americans are doing. List to with the kind of data this animal. Ubeka say last year na you can Noni Madueke once. Me sure say that year na Chelsea cover Noni Madueke. Now check players are or completely the most take ones are in Europe. Noni Madueke was part of the top 3. This is a player. Cody Gakpo goes baby Oshema PSV. Assisting you free. Noni Madueke Honyeba. So they are using the data to buy the players, not the names.
Yeah, okay.
And
right.
They believe that Omits may develop those big names.
Okay. Now Blasters players. What should we expect from the team? They are playing against Chad. What should we expect from the team? We will see one thing is that the Central African Republic and Madagascar will play before us. Then Mali and Comoros will also play before us. Until the clear view and what should be the approach, the attitude of the players. Now it is clear, Sir Shafa and BBR. Yeah. Because technical advisor there. We should trust you to take now direct players how they should move near there. Airborne some applaud keepers for making a save near there. Technical advisors don't do that. Or you go and sit maybe in a stance, then you give a now as a day the minute by minute training sessions near there. The end is being handled by managerial skirmishes. Let's look at the game itself.
Yes, we share game against Chad. I think Chad this World Cup qualifier about 4 games when Timmy winning back kumpoye. We share goals our concede 9 in 4 games into at least we average at least a 2 point, remember the 2.1 per game. Meaning say it's a Ghana and a Chad ekwa is one game we shouldn't even like shouldn't even feel like we go into this game not to go and win, even though say him said the confidence in the Black Stars, the confidence in the players, the confidence in the head coach, I then LFM. But this is one fixture. The last time a Ghana picky win was in June, I think 10th June against Central African Republic. Free Hono. You bought 6 successful games. I ain't me win here. So meaning as a nation, we are lacking winning. So this is a good game for Coach Efreno Otoado to try and get that feeling back. Say from 10th June to a near a match. I can't few months near the real June Mabium think almost a year without no winning game. So against Chad is a game I think Ghana should win and win comfortably. Going into this is a game send our boss Madagascar will get to play before us. Now Osha, the teams we need to be eyeing most in this competition and in this group phase Comoros, any Madagascar. Those are Mali equita 5 points mum. But say Osha Comoros adi omudia pagana goals or mashe. Omashe 8 goals are conceded 4. Yeah, 7 are conceded 5. Into more plus 4 and your plus 2. So this is a game see per se team qualify ahead of Team FN Comoros. We need to pack in more goals against Team FN Chad. I don't think I'm a ball must start. So they are conceding averagely 2 goals per game. It is a Ghana a game against Chad on Friday. And say team who said that score line should be at least 3 or 4 goals or more. And they are the Bakua idea at Ghana so because so Oshe stat wise, especially Ghana as a nation, you declining, especially when it comes to football. You who said the recent AFCON Intima Kobe. Now that is the World Cup where they're second on the same point with Comoros, but we need to get there. World Cup near Adebakwa, if Ghana is to miss out, there will be a whole lot of conversations. There will be a whole lot of route, a whole lot of drama. On the FA, on the coaches, on the players, will be BR. So this is the time I think as a team nina come who boom. No mutim here than a year more. I think any Chad ain't shy in any official competition that. But there's a game we need to go in Accra Sports Stadium. I think the fans will be there to support. Those say or don't free Ghana mukaka, but the fans will be there to support. So me share other games na we in group nima. O share obite Ghana and Madagascar bebo. That would be a crucial game. A very crucial game for Ghana. Your son will get the privilege to meet Chad again. So meaning say with these 3 games,
our 3 games we can get 9 points.
Yes, we can get 9 points.
Supposed to be operation 9 points.
Yes, and secure a good spot into your return leg to Central African Republic and Comoros or Bebahano. Those are games by that time near 9 points. No, so a draw on Pana Bibia we are okay to qualify. So the next 3 games are very crucial. Ye lusu ba kukra woma ye humbetimi achi because after that your Mali, Central African Republic and Comoros. These are tough games, with our standard in cafes, no. Oshe Ghana, these are games and Quebecers will walk over everybody. But with the standard as you see team are building, these are tough games, So Chad getting to league games against Chad, we need Abobako, I think in September or in August or side. No. These are good games for Yenya AC Timmy picking those maximum points and qualify for the World Cup. I think see Timmy secure this two league games here we are to get 6 points. Now maybe we praying Comoros can at least get a draw somewhere. Meaning say at least we are putting ourselves at that spot. We can use the World Cup qualification at least to even clean the shame. You creative for the AFCON. Those say AFCON never cost. But qualifying for the World Cup will be if you are to ask any Ghanaian say they should choose between the qualifying for an AFCON or qualifying for the World Cup. I think we'll be a better World Cup because of the exposure and a whole lot of things. So we need to go in all for this World Cup. About the coaching, what we are seeing on the internet about the technical director doing a whole lot of things. I mean, I have that feeling. Say, I think maybe in our September game, any Chad Bebono. Maybe we do only be Otoado and handle team because so the way the technical director is taking charge of most of the training, seeing coming down to saying I can applaud some of the passes, the saves from some of our players. I think maybe Ebedu baby no, their hands, the FA's hands will be very tight. Ebedu baby, they have to just let Otoado go. Maybe who said the technical director would handle the team. But I'm hoping that we can do this and improve on things we are doing, especially so recently. Let me check here in FIFA ranking. Ghana dropped it so badly. Now at the moment they're 77. There were some time backs in 2010, 2012. That time near almost the first. We are first, remember, from 18 to like 25 near or now we've dropped so badly to 77. I think this is a good stage for us to max up more pointer. We can be able to stack ourselves. Say you do the next World Cup where we have talent. But talent wise, I think me who's Nkofoka say share the appear money Asian. Yes, they had a lot of talent, but we have young growing talent in our squad. Adia Semenyo Eye or Bournemouth. Adia even Kamal Dean in power with Southampton. The performance Southampton, the team performance need na good, but look at the week in week out performance we put up. Adia Thomas Partey Ewo Arsenal. Even when Fatawi Saraku, even before the injury, now Adia no Emma Leicester. So we have good players. We Enes Nyama, we Mohamed Kudus, our players, even Jiku, Afan, other players are doing equally well. So I think it's now time, say, our coach can groom these players and set them up well to now. From now, no, we are in a new year. Yen build the Black Stars ni send ye na ebe bit me benefit to qualify for the next World Cup.
Which players do you want to see start?
Okay, so you share game no any send anyama kwa. I'm not seeing any changes in the starting 11. Especially those see nya to say your friend is saying Inaki Williams ma returning. But I'm seeing say it will all depend on me find say training sections our coaches nebeko. But to me, so beside me which players I think I should see starter. I think Atizigi will still start in post. Okay. Atizigi will still start in post. Those say Walcott, yes, he's back. Yeah, him say has goalkeeper has been a new inclusion into the team, but I think Atizigi will still start. So Ushe Echina, I think Black Stars will go for a 4-2-3-1 type of structure. Intino Gideon Mensah will be on the right, on the left side. Senea Obo Time Biano, and I would be happy to see maybe a 3-back type of system. With Razak Simpson, with your friend is Mohamed Salisu and Jiku, because in him say in our game against Angola, Razak Simpson came in and did very well, but there were one or two things Altimu say, like you could see, say he's not that matured, especially when it comes to the national team level. But I'm looking at if he's being paired with these experienced players, naturally they can help him for him to grow. So I'll be very happy to see like a 3-back type of system, but I don't know how the coach will go with. But I think so Obebo with even a 4-backer, still he can try and pair them in a way a bit me about. So Jiku will surely start. Mohamed Salisu would also get a start. Ebam Finfina, Thomas Partey coming back. Ye name him said there were a lot of rumors. Even in the do baby near penny so about 2-legged games in the AFCON. No? They were or Partey sick. We saw a whole lot of conversations. They do be my friend. But these are crucial times that we need experienced players to come in. So Thomas Partey and your friend is saying Elisha Owusu will be something I think maybe they will use.
Elisha is out.
Elisha is now out.
Yeah,
okay. So I think now maybe we may see a different style because our midfield partnership now and our midfield call up no more friend now. Most of them are more. Maybe say Enes Nyama is more of a winger. Mohamed Kudus is more of a 10. So maybe we'll see a full different style of play. But Enimono is where I'm interested in because I want to see Semenyo with the form I showed this season, with the form I showed at Bournemouth. I want to see him play well. And I want to see him bring that same form to the Black Stars. He named himself. We have players like where your friends say Inaki Williams also performing so well at Atletico Bilbao. So the front three and at the front, I want to see Semenyo. I want to see Inaki Williams and Jordan Ayew. Also in the they said they called in with friends and Jerry free because he did what these are players even though say they wouldn't come and play, but they should come in a bed and they would learn from the experience. The Jordan Ayew, the Semenyo, the Inaki Williams time maybe a time Ghana team member say any child first half it match on 3 in the second half you get the chance to also play and also be money improving. Okay. One thing I may say out is trying to let these young guys come and learn from the experience so that gradually we can pave way for them. Yeah, may see out too well.
Okay, Vincent.
Yeah, listo. Chad team no ever arriving in Ghana safely and I must start training now. Near me in so in fact, the catch was a Chad players no mean a boy in the Chad league. So players no in terms of reporting on duty on time in there, but in fact, in say a ban the national duty say ebia England collapse but most of the players ni na were England. No more any England crano or more Europe. Maybe France, Portugal, or maybe Spain. Quite not ensure that one. But not like a place no more Europe ni other maybe I quite 8 hours journey inside man. Most of the in fact most of the players are most of man joining training and players that played on Sunday. Mombo on Sunday, I mean about Sunday the next morning I said and you know back probably drew Monday and one team be drew in time and be training. So Inaki Williams, Thomas Partey, and the only player that name say or Bob on Saturday was Jerry Afri, who I knew that a man making arrangements saying he will fly with Inaki Williams and come and number drew. Jordan and you about Mohamed Kudus was the only player or by. So I asked question Mohamed Kudus who's only Kamadin about why is he not in training? And this morning my interview Henry Santichunga said the coach gave him that benefit of that excuse to not be part of the training. I don't know why. Maybe it could be other operational matters, but they didn't bring the player one back training. But then I'm hoping say the 14 other players will also join. But it's quite unfortunate. Say you have a clash like this now. Yeah, most of 4 senior players. It's a more leading team in terms of Jordan Ayew, Mohamed Kudus, Thomas Partey, and Alexander Jiku were not present or training, but we are hoping that the 2 training number were cross posted on these players. Will play and at least with the squad. They can say in fact we have a very good team. We have a very young team. There are other players or man get a qualifier. I believe that they would have also got a chance and opportunity to be part of the team. You may not of players are or more any squad, but in fact with the squad list we have. It's obvious that maybe Wolocott is going to start a game because per report just say Shafa and need come ye pa maybe they might in fact before Atizigi Babe number 1 Joe Wolocott was number 1 and Atizigi our bench and Abeka Ebeko World Cup the injury I say ball Eko one in Sasu training man in some way, so they had to do some fracture this thing. But yes, still we didn't or can't squad no my World Cup and they say he's a player who helped us to qualify and we believe that injury cost him. That is the reason why your World Cup now will look at accounting. But yes, he didn't train or even play or given him. So the goalkeepers, I think that either Atizigi or Joseph Wolocott, I think any one of them is going to start Nyame on Friday. In fact, your left backs are listed. This is the mobile boy Ochake Ebenezana of Krevina Vezana Resta Brigada. He's been playing so well, scoring goals, assisting. Gideon Mensah has been playing day in day out for the French league. So any of them are according to your style of play, how you want to play. I basically any of these players. I think one of them. But for me, I would start Gideon Mensah in terms of the experience in the setup and the maneuver in the midfield. Medika can say Salisu an experienced player in their setup, but at least to lucky game minutes and games like this. Uko kusha Chad for no mono. On my boy the Chad local league na they have a lot of minutes. They have a lot of stamina. I would start Alexander Jiku and Jerome Opoku for Basaksehir Turkey League. He's been playing week in week out. He's a player, one of the top performing defenders in the European scene currently. So I'll play Jerome and Abranton and the Alexander Jiku. The right back position Ababese Yentimian Fred Tariq and Odoi and Yadia Yefreni Beam. So I think that Kingsley Schindler has been played our boss position for some time. So I'll play Kingsley on that position. And I said yes, I'll play Kingsley Schindler on that position. Midfield listo. I think that Thomas Partey, Elisha Wusu, April Frimu, and then Lawrence Abba, but Abu Francis for Circle Bridge. He has been playing that role for some time. Last call up in your and if Elisha is not there, I'm expecting Abu Francis and Thomas Partey to play as that lone, that pivotal number 6, number 8. Then Mohamed Kudus will play up front as the number 10. I'm expecting Antoine Semenyo to start from the flanks where he has been starting for Bournemouth. I'm starting Jordan Ayew also to start from the flanks where he has been playing for Leicester City. Then I'm also expecting Inaki Williams to start. I mean, these are experienced players. MYBET lead the charge, you know. Kamadin Sulemana has been, 20 games so far this season. In terms of injuries, Amana consistent. This season he has been playing day in, day out. And I'm expecting Kamadin to come in some time. I'm expecting a year and Esnuyama or pick form in recent time for Lyon to also come in, and I'm also expecting Jerry Afriye or maybe Christopher to also come in. So at least I think that we have the men. We are hoping to say the 14 other players no a bit might join the squad no. Then from there we will see how we are going to like. And I mean in fact Chad a team at least to Obiashen yeah qualifies na yebo no. Opiation.
In fact, almost 4 goals.
Yes, almost 4 goals.
Almost 4 matches. Actually, only 1 goal.
Yes.
I conceded 9.
And there's a team. Opiation. I'm not expecting Ghana to lose. In fact, it was 9 points. Comoros were 9 points. You lose to Comoros. And Madagascar was 7. Mali was 5. Central African Republic was 4. And Chad was 0. I share 1 goal. I conceded 9 goals. And in fact, we Chad and the Central African Republic FIMA out of the 6 teams now. Ghana, I consider more goals. I consider 5. Comoros I consider 4. Madagascar 2. And a team and the Mali, so I consider 4. So if you want to qualify, we'll get to a time goals will speak volume. The standing anymore. So I'm expecting say with Chad scoring just 1 goal, no, at least out of 4 games on 1 ball. It means 3 other teams ultimately keep 3 clean sheets, and we should be able to keep a clean sheet against Chad in Ghana at the Accra Sports Stadium. So I'm expecting. I don't see a Chad for beating me because any upset behind. In fact, getting this victory and this way, no, they list to a bit me boy and we check here. Jordan Ayew, he's been having a fantastic season in the World Cup qualifiers. Only 2 players in the World Cup qualifiers so far, and I share more goals than Jordan Ayew. 5 no Jordan Ayew actually 4 goals. So I think with him going to lead the team with Inaki Williams, so to me replicate at least 80% of form for Atletico Bilbao, and Antoine Semenyo so to me replicate 80% of the form for Bournemouth. I think that with these 3 players and Kudus and with the experienced player like Thomas Partey in the setup, he beats me walking over Chad with 2-3 unanswered goals. Accra Sports and Yami Adma Friday list.
Right, inti sure ni mu say you be so na the match no update ni bibia ba na the latest information ni say nya de a yi ticket ni be ya adwuma o man we dey aban sesa bia utimi say na say your life na bibia o yi ticket na afi coming to stay na was there yeah hwe na improve no this year free on this I just okoto ticket e o gate eti ye be hwe na ye de ho maybe I will be no ye be bro na afi wo hu de ekone de ba na me de with my experience keto bi wo Blasters team no ne de. This is how I want to see the team set up against a Chad. Abrante friend Jonas Ajete Jiku Jerome Poku na Gideon Mensah ebebo as 3 defenders. Na Jordan Ayew abo as wing back. Well, bebo as wing back. Thomas Partey nanka Elisha Usu never started, but then we pra into Abu Francis. I will give Abu Francis the opportunity to pair with Thomas Partey. Then Mohamed Kudus, Kamal Din Sulemana. Then I will start Jerry Afriye. Amafo Bebrina Kasena. Semenyone Inaki mu board top teams. And yeah, no, yeah, can't the pitch, the environment, the atmosphere, ni bibiano. I feel say Jerry Free LED attack now. A bit to my boy against a Chad. They will not know him. When they see Semenyo, I'm sure Semenyo TV so they know say okay player ni any mami reme ho. Ohun Inaki Obeka so Inaki ni okay any yenye but Obeka say who is this? Onimno. So they don't know how Jerry Afriye will operate. So Jerry Afriye can be our surprise for a year this particular game, especially yeah ball yeah pitcher so yeah ding pitcher which means any pitch papa biasa no we bet me then we come Morocco you bet me a few changes I bet me be Semenyo start and one thing I've noticed about Semenyo in Akimu nyina say when they start games for us they don't do well, especially Semenyo good games are what have Ediama Blasters nyina games are who free bench there Eba. So in this case, I'll give Kamaldeen Sulemana the opportunity to play. Then Jordan Ayew, Mohamed Kudus, then Jerel Friye. With this, then you have a left back who will join the attack. Until you have 5 players. 5 players are almost attacking for we any quasi a more chance. Jordan Bejan line so. Mohamed Kudus Bejina ebe occupy another half space. Then Kamaldeen occupy another half space. Then Abrante friend Gideon Mensah will also be on the line, making sure say left back, right back will be occupied by our Jordan and Gideon Mensah. Then 4 and 5 will be occupied by Kamaldeen and Mohamed Kudus. Then Abrante friend Jerry Friye will be free to also be either or no and I say Mohamed Kudus ebenya freedom to me then I will pretty say na we have a lot of men any quite say yeah kobo 4-2-3-1 4-2-3-1 you have only 3 attackers omugina omoso dabi we need to pin them. I was say making sure say you be pin omo. I was say making sure say you be pin omo. Now even cry we can even invert. Let Abrante your friend Gideon Mensah Emma joining Abu Francis our Medford no ama Pate aba akwa because Pate can also shoot from outside the 18-yard box. To say in Nigeria no he was playing one of the half spaces. Now he was playing one of the half spaces. It yenya ball man and ball shot we shouldn't go and give these players any respect. We should let them know say even if say a gambo no mudika share first go cry be show 5 on the day but be show 5 the approach say like a approach edienya ama Sudan to be Ghana Sudan ebo corner Ghana ebo corner against Sudan na Sudan the 3 players aba be gina half mu knowing perfectly say the other players na akana almost a defender they were able to defend the corner against Ghana and indeed they were able to do that. We need to change our approach and I'm expecting that now football now Bano you need to make sure say you have more men against the opposition say about 6 defenders about 5 defenders we making sure say what attackers yes 6 almost 6 defenders we making sure say water case yes 7 so say almost 7 you know say 3 players per naka you can also let your 3 players to also mark them 1v1 say na we will have extra man to make sure say be creating overloads if bobola you to be creating overloads and nyina the type of coaching we've been subjected to in the last couple of years, which is Otuado. And now it is clear say Shafa no onu na ye adwuma no. It is clear because onu na all ye training regime no onu na ye na omo the psychologists are the aba or onu so yobruni. So we want to see some level of changes team ni mu. In terms of our approach, we want to see it because ye players here omo we. Uyi Saliswa onye bimbo in recent times omo ni nyina no obia nya bibọ obia ni team onye bibọ so they are active. Niama is on hot form at any point in time be a no to come and do a job or baba be ye adwuma na dia man any kwase ye koye hwehwemu selection bia strikers na wo no only Jerry a free pet and out and now striker in the team.
On the ground from the history, he was a winger.
And I'm converting.
Yes.
And it appears he's been thriving and he's been scoring. And our last game against Niger, Osho as a striking movement, our boxing. So he has developed his game because he's still young. So after Obi, I was starting here under 12, under 14. Now it is easy to make him convert to because you're young. So Osha Timinima, Inaki a winger. Jordan, are you a winger? Kamadi Suleiman a winger. Omunina a wingers. Except Jerry Free. So put him, let him start against Chad. So because all teams start against Chad, he has no business in the team. He has no business in the team. It's as simple as ABCD. You don't play players who have been playing as wingers week in, week out, practicing as wingers week in, week out. Then all of a sudden, when they come to the national team, now the Omokoshe striking, and they've shown, say, striking one or the Omobono, Omu to be more because our wings, our team, our blasters as strikers are ye. So put Jerry a free as a striker. No, put him because at this stage, or no pen a striker with him. So that is the only player I may call for. Say Abia, Brandon Asante or Honoma, he will what? He will start. But it's a any other striker behind any. So I want to see Jerry a free striking for us. Yembo wingers no mun create chances in fama no obetumi aden ashigo ede amayen aha ane ede enensem ni nyina abesi from ochina kono e be make sure say the needed us na yede bebro because we don't want a situation where be kwa for teams bi aye ni momo ede ama na ye di usika it is a fast aska no fire day for twa aviator for twa bank run for making money ewo visual games no bibia betima de akoyi e ho no nyame adoma ochina beba na afi ye de games no analysis na tumi de e abro ochina so we look at Oshe Juventus so let's look at Juventus, what has gone wrong, the players they would need, should they keep Abrantia friend no Thiago Motta, and what kind of signings they need to do near there. So send a coach Chelsea more near there. Juventus teams no more struggle no. Much is expected from them, no more struggle no. We will try to analyze them to say leagues in the best starting after BBA to me akoye. Ote Vincent Nkasa so na Ote Benedict Nka. Asaka ene otumi aba ni team ni lusu ye na okope ba bi she ene na waba ama obo adwuma wadre. Kwakusu wa hase, kwakusu adwa se dentina Asaka team ehye 2. Na wama Barca be she ne 4-2. Na ka onu ni team Barca Real Madrid no was anko no that first. Wo hwa ade e see wo game ni mu but nkofo we di 20 minutes be share 4 edit Asaka team. Inti ya pona mekwa koshia no ho na afi PS5 no ma say oya untumeme inti no say no emu atumi ayeden pa otira ye be saba na afi dia keche na